speedy little detector set up. Just the speed of that. Watch how fast it comes on. Boom. Right, so we're in park. I'm going to use park. It is a bit trashy, but I'm going to go over. I'm going to go into. It's not all metal. You've got 1, 2 or 3 discriminated for ground noise. Hopefully that'll get sorted out in a future update. Medium ID. So we're happy with that. I am going to, because we're in park, there will be a bit of a depth loss, so I will run on 2, and I have changed my first tone brake. It's normally at 15. I'm going to set at 12. My second tone brake is 12 to 68, 68 to 99. It'll be my third. I am then going to change my pitches. I'm going to keep that at 29 because you can't go any lower, which is another thing that I'm trying to I've sent over to Nocta. But I'm going to get that over to 70. The third pitch I'm going to have at 95. It just gets rid of that duck call. And then volumes, I will just knock that down to 3 because it's quite loud grunts anyway. And that's it. I'm going to ground balance and take it from there. First hole about 7 inches down. It's only a button, but it's my first hole. Bit of gold gilt on that side. Cable for 74. Flat button. You didn't see the detector hitting that, but I only had 74 when I rotated on it. The other way, it was really iffy. The signal wasn't smooth, it was scratchy, it was choppy and all that lot. But as I turned on it, obviously there's iron in there with it. As I turned on it, the 74 come in, and I thought, oh, go on, I'll dig that. And it was, yeah, non-ferrous, just amongst iron. Make sure you rotate. Make sure you rotate on that. Already dug, about 5 inches down. Yeah, it's given a 46 now as well. There's a 46 in the ground. It looks like a cupro-nickel. There it is. It's cupro-nickel Elizabeth II, who isn't with us anymore, and that will be a shilling. Is it 2 shilling? Yeah, 2 shilling. 1956. Nowhere near silver content. I think this is going to be anything good, but we'll dig it. We'll have a bit of a try out. As I've come across it here, it's come up a 93, 94. It's got a bit of a sizzle to it. You turn around. Changing. It's all over the show, isn't it? Sweetens up there. But that's where it is. Here, where the 95 is, I'm clipping the edge of the iron. That's the actual signal there. We're gonna dig it. See what it is. It's gonna be crap. There you go, iron. An iron. Rotate. Bring the coil back. Edge of the coil. That's iron. Big. Oh, I think I just felt it. I think it's just there. Iron. So there's two techniques there. It sounded good, but shift your coil back, get the edge of it with a piece of flat iron. You're not going to dig it. The mineralisation bar didn't come up on that, which was strange because it was working really well on the version that I was testing. I wonder if something's changed or it was just too much of a big piece of flat iron. Yeah, it looks like it was an old axe head, that, or plough piece. Yeah, by the way, I'm only doing that for I don't dig loads of iron all the time. I just do it for the reasons of the ID and improving that it was iron. So I won't be doing any more of them. I won't be digging any more iron now. But sometimes you just got to dig it to make sure. And then last two little clips there are just to show that I also use a pinpoint to get right over it, because it might be giving you a false on the edge of it. And you can also use it by, that was a smaller piece of iron, that's why it works out that way. The bigger pieces of iron give falsing right on top. If it's big, we also get the wrap around. It's probably wrapped around that to give you a high pitch on it, and the wrap around effect. But coming away from, if you pinpoint it and it come away from where it's pinpointed, and an O4 will come up, it'll pick it up as iron. Right, let's get on to not digging any shit. And this I'm happy with. Just a whisper it was. Hear it there? The ID was no good, but it was a whisper. At depth the ID will go, but it does have a setting on here which we can select, and we could select high. ID no good. Select low. Nothing. Now musket balls are hard to hit. That's pinpointed depth that. And we have got a musket ball. It's because of the shape. If you flatten that out, if you put that flat, it'd hit better. It's because of the circle shape of it. They're harder to hit. But yeah, musket ball, pinpointed depth, and we'll keep on going because there's got to be hammers. There's got to be hammers here. That's the third musket ball I've had off here now. Just had a really sharp and banging 67. I think it come up right next to this tree, so yeah, there's roots. I have sharpened my space, so it's making light work of it. Oh, it's just a ring of nothingness. River brand lead. Be nice if that was silver though, wouldn't it? Viking silver. It's definitely not Viking right in that. Alright, let's move on. I don't believe the roots from the trees that far away are over here. But they are. We got, come on, come up for 60s. What the bloody hell are you doing down there? Get yourself out, come on. Looks like a coin. It's an old one anyway. 200 years old. Let's hope it's a George II for a bloody change. Copper, George III I reckon. That size. Little thin clog clasp up for wooden shoes. Yeah, you heard me right, wooden shoes. Looks like I've disturbed a nest. We've got the flying ants. We've got the worker ants there with the grubs. Carting them away. Let them crack on. Is that it? Wasn't worth disturbing a home for, was it? Something off a teapot or something. Maybe. As you can see, there's a buckle there. That come up quite high and loud. A bit too deep. Is it a fancy one? It's just a plain one. But it is, well, it isn't. a hearty one because the drop isn't big enough to be an RC one, so there would have been thin leather on that. A bit of a patch here. Started with lead, a button, and then small buckle, D-type. Wow, I've had some lead up. 3 pieces of lead, and then this. Oh, it's a bloody button. I wish it'd just leave me alone. Oh, has it got anything on it? There's something on that. Company 86. Really tight signal. It's a plain one. Shankiest on the back. Good nick that. 400 years old. It's nothing but a whisper, this one. Let's drop recovery a bit. Set it free. Let's put it onto 2. Let's clean it up. Let's give it a good ID, solid ID on that now as well. Let's put it onto 1. One recovery. Set all the ID. Specific depth. Put it back onto 5. So you can do like your audio gain with your recovery as well. We'll do that because I've had another button up around this area here, about 10 metres squared. Produce lead buttons and half a brooch. Still in the hole. I've made a meal of it, but I found it. It was underneath that rock that nearly took my head off. With a vibration coming through my body. You see here? So was it placed under this rock? What's there? It's there. Oh, come on. Right, well, it's not important enough to place under a rock, that, to be honest. It's just a ring. But it was under the rock and about 8 inches down. So yeah, might be nothing, but quite impressive performance that. I actually thought this was a bag seal, and it's not. It's just a round piece of lead, but shaped. It could actually be a weight, that. But there's a lot of bits coming up in this area, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy, but it's buttons and lead and stuff like that. I had a coin yet here though. But it's a small patch, 10 metres by 10 metres. So I'm just going to concentrate on this area. I haven't seen what it is yet, but giving out that reading and sound, it's got to be a coin, surely. Oh, a big eld buckle. We've had a few of them today, haven't we? Yeah, it's definitely been a buckle day. It's come up a solid 76. It's kind of on its edge, right near the gate. Right near the gate. Yes. Old Georgian shoe buckle. In great shape. With a patina on it. Right near the gate. On my way back. It's been a buckle day, but that's got to be the best buckle out of them all. Yeah, you can see there's a hole there and a hole there, so it would have bridged over, and then there would have been some forks in there, but they've gone missing. So it's not complete, but it's the outer perimeter of the buckle. A great patina on it. And that was that. Now, still a lot of finds, still a lot of items in that field. We'll go through the not so good stuff. We've got the rusty ring there that caught me out. That's just a flat piece of copper, aluminium, one of them dog lead things, brass. I don't know what this is. I can't really make out what it says on there without giving it a proper clean. Swan summit, cog, some brass brass bullet casings, all this lead. Look at that for a piece of lead. Always welcome big lashings of lead like that. That's all a bit of lead. I thought that was a bag seal, but it's just, it could have been a coin weight or something like that maybe. That's the lead. We've gone to the buckles. A bit of a buckle and button day, to be honest. None of them are horse buckles, they're all human buckles, and that is the best one. A bit of open work, Georgian open work there. The oldest Georgian we've had on there is earlier than the cartwheel penny, because this, I could just make it out, the bust, that's a 1779 halfpenny. So it could be 1700s that. Little key excursion there, without the key, clog clasp, 2 ring things, musket ball, and these isn't much, and I think it's a white metal, but they were found opposite sides of the field, and it looks like it's part of the same thing. I don't know what it is, but so the only trash really was this aluminium bits. Right, I hope you stick around. If you're new, stick around, press notification, give us a like, comment, and I'll be out with a different detector next time.
Me wind and rain, you're some kind of butterfly.